Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Shari Armstrong. The 2019 Florida Legislative session has been over for months, but some civil rights groups are saying major problems are far from being solved. Fox 4's Anna Cole spoke with both sides here locally to find out what they think needs to be addressed next year.
This year's 2019 Florida legislative session had its ups and downs, but some civil rights groups like the Lee County chapter of the National Organization for Women says key issues were put on the sidelines, like Florida being the final state to ratify the 1972 Equal Rights Amendment, which would guarantee women the same treatment as men.
We couldn't even get the Equal Rights Amendment bill to be heard in committee. Those of us who marched in the 70s and 80s thought that our daughters would benefit from this law, and that hasn't happened at all.
Another disappointment for civil rights groups was the controversy with Amendment 4, which gave some felons back their voting rights, until Governor DeSantis clarified that felons needed to pay back financial obligations before they're allowed to vote.
We feel like our vote was ignored by the legislature.
But the Republican Party of Lee County feels this session was mainly a success, including Amendment 4, saying that the governor's clarification of a, quote, completed sentence for felons was necessary.
This was an amendment that was put on the ballot by a citizens group and had absolutely no input from the leaders that were elected to the state of Florida. So they had to go after the fact and try to figure out what these words were.
Jonathan says the only thing the legislature needs to work on is better definitions of deadlines and rules for supervisors of elections.
I think there needs to be a lot more accountability for our elections officials, especially.
In Lee County, Anna Cole, Fox 4, in your corner.